Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to Community Journal. Thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate you tuning us in. We have an interesting show for you today, and
Yes, we do.
here we are halfway through January already. I can't believe it.
We've dodged a couple of bullets too, as far as
Yes.
snowstorms are concerned.
Yes, we certainly have. We've been very, very lucky on this part of the Cape. Other parts of the Cape have not been so lucky.
I know.
but
Our turn is probably coming, but
right, it has. We have been lucky, and again, we caution you. We had a lot of rain, but we've also had a lot of quick freezes, and that is a cautionary thing. You see wet out there and you think it's just wet. Well, it can be black ice, so just be very, very careful when you see that. Make sure that the surfaces are not slippery. So that has been a very dangerous thing. There have been a lot of accidents around, and you just have to be cautious of that. So just be careful out there. As you can see, we have a person that might be familiar to you joining us this morning. It's nice to have Kevin Grunwald, the service coordinator with the Council on Aging, joining us this morning. Kevin, welcome. Thank you so much for coming aboard.
Yeah, thank you, Jack. It's good to be back with you and Eileen. I always enjoy being on your show.
Well,
we enjoy having you.
Yeah, we enjoy having you. And you are here for a very special reason, because you are starting a program that I think is really exciting.
Well, this is an exciting program, and it's something that's brand new, which is why I wanted to come on the show today and talk about it. It's called Introduction to Ukulele, and it's something...
There you go, Jack!
And there we go. And I've already talked with Jack about this, and I'm working on getting him to come to our program. This is really an outgrowth of the Cape Cod Ukulele Club, which has been meeting for several years here at the community center.
That's a huge group.
Yes,
It is. I think they have 30 or 40 people who end up showing up at one time or another. We've had them at our men's breakfast several times to perform, and I think they're going to be performing at the women's breakfast in March as well. But it's under the direction of Kathy Hatch, who's a wonderful person, a lot of fun, and she agreed to come and start a ukulele program for the Council on Aging. So we're starting this next Thursday, January 25th at 1 o'clock, and we're calling it Introduction to Ukulele. So the idea is that this is for anybody who has an interest at all in playing ukulele. You don't need to have a ukulele. Kathy will have some ukuleles available.
Oh, wow, that's really
for
good.
people to try out. But the idea is to have some fun with this instrument. And again, as a fellow ukulele player, Jack, you know this can be a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and I'm just wondering, I know there are different types of ukulele, so does that make a difference? I mean, for example, I have a baritone ukulele. I know there are other types. There's, the regular small size that you see. Does that make a difference as far as going to the class? She can, she can have any kind of ukuleles there as far as...
Yeah, I think she's going to have a range of ukuleles at the class. I don't think it makes any difference. And I'm saying this as a real novice player, but it's a very simple instrument. It's 4 strings. And
Thank God, which is wonderful.
It really is. That's probably, I think that's the biggest appeal to me and to a lot of people, that there are only 4 strings. But one of the things that we're seeing is that there's a real resurgence in an interest in ukuleles. So you see preschool kids who are playing it and playing very well together. You see community groups like the club that meets here, and so we're looking at this as an opportunity to get some seniors playing the ukulele. And I think it's the kind of thing where you can learn a couple of chords and get with some other people and play along and have some fun.
I think that sounds fantastic.
Right
it
up
really
your
does.
alley. We'll have to write this down.
Yeah, tell us again now when this starts,
Again,
Kevin.
so it's next Thursday, January 25th, here at the Community Center from 1 to 2:30. Our hope is that if there's enough interest, that we will probably do this twice a month, and we will find a time when we can meet on a regular basis. It will be during the daytime. There's no cost
that was my next question.
Participation in this group. And we really see this as an opportunity for people to learn something new. I think as we get older, it's always good to learn something new, to use a different part of your brain, and also to learn some new skills. So the hope is that we're going to come together with a group of people, make some music, and have some fun.
That sounds terrific, and there's so much goes on with the COA, and I think this is just a great addition.
Yes, I do too.
Yeah.
I think it's wonderful.
Well, Kevin, we really appreciate you coming aboard this morning to let us know about this, and I hope you get a lot of participation.
Well, thank you, and again, I'm certainly looking forward to seeing you there, Jack. I think
I'll do my best, Kevin.
You'll do your
You're
best.
putting me on the
and,
spot here.
and I can tell you that you probably will not be the most novice ukulele player there in the group.
Well, we're
So,
certainly going to try
I
and
was going
get
to ask
there.
that. You
Yeah.
don't have to have any previous
no,
experience, right?
no previous experience. Again,
Good.
this is introduction to ukulele.
That's wonderful.
It's a chance for people to get to learn a little bit about the instrument and decide whether or not it's something they want to pursue.
Well, I think that's wonderful. And folks, if you have any idea that you'd like to do this is a great opportunity. It really is. It's a great instrument. As we had said earlier, it's only 4 strings, and that makes it so much easier, and you can make so much music with it. So, Kevin, again, thanks a lot for coming, and
Okay.
let's hope you get a big group
Okay,
there
thank you.
next
Yeah,
Thursday.
thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming
And
again.
hopefully you'll see him there.
Gonna count on it.
Our next piece this morning, we're going to take a look at what's going on down at the Chase Library. Dinah sat down with Claire Gradone. So let's take a look and see what's going on at the Chase Library.
Hello, I'm here with Claire
Gradone.
Gradone of the Chase Library, and she is here to tell us about some of their winter programs. She has a lot to tell us about today.
Well, thank you very much for having us today. It's always a pleasure for people from Chase Library to be here. I did want to talk today about our winter author series, which we've done for the last 5 years. They are on Tuesday afternoons at 2 p.m. In the back room of the library, which we have set up as a meeting and conference room. We have chairs with projector and a screen so we can do programs. This coming Tuesday, we have author John Whalen, who wrote I Am of Cape Cod, which is a photo essay of many characters, people that he met on Cape Cod. They're not any particular kind of people. They're not people that particularly lived here for a long time, although many of them are. They're just interesting people that he met on Cape Cod, and he has a lot of fun stories to tell. So that should be very interesting. And on February 20th, we have Paul Compricos, who is the author of many adventure stories. The Minoan Cipher is his latest book, but also a very interesting thing that he does, which is fun to listen to him talk about, is that he's a co-writer of many Clive Cussler novels. I've heard Paul speak. He's very entertaining, so we're looking forward to that. And on March 20th, we're going to try something very different. Instead of having an author, as we go into the spring and summer season, we're going to have a program about what should I read next. Great reads, old and new, of 250 pages or less. So good short summer reads. And this will be presented by Dr. Edward Yasuna, who is one of our library patrons. And he is a retired English teacher. He was department chair at both Nauset High School and Andover High School. And he is a voracious reader of all sorts of material. So we're looking forward to that.
I can imagine a lot of people will be interested in that one.
Yes.
People are always wondering what they can read.
Right. And 250 pages or less.
Yes,
is
very good for book clubs
book
in
club
particular.
read, yes.
Yep.
So I hope that a lot of people join us for that. Take some notes and get ready for some good summer reads.
Okay. And moving on from there,
We are always looking for book donations at our library. Our ongoing book sale is our major fundraising. And so we're looking for donations of books that are gently used, 2013 or newer, hardcover or paperback books. And we will take them anytime during open hours. And Chase Library is open on Tuesdays from 10 to 4 and Saturday from 10 to 2. And you can always call us. Look at our website. It's www.chaselibrary.net. You will find our phone number and all sorts of information about us there. And ongoing after that, we are looking forward to some spring programming. Last spring, we had a very successful author tea featuring Ann Hood at Mooncusser Restaurant here in Harwich. So we're looking forward to doing something like that this spring We haven't decided on a date or a place or an author yet, but please stay tuned because we really plan to do this spring activity.
Yes, that was a great event.
Yes, it was. We really enjoyed that, and everybody was there had a very good day. So we're hoping to get that in the works and finalized pretty soon.
Great.
Also, I wanted to tell people that we offer our space at the library for open mahjong on Tuesdays from 12:30 to 3:30. We kind of slowed down over the holiday season, but yesterday we started up, and there were some ladies back there having a very good time. You don't have to bring anything except your own tiles if you have them. Beginners to experts, it doesn't matter. It's just a fun afternoon. So we hope that people will consider coming to that. And as always, we have lots of good books. We have a lot of books that are on the bestseller list, a lot of books that have long waiting lists in the CLAM system that are on our shelves or are out one person reading and we can get for you in a couple of weeks. So we welcome people to come in and see our selection of books. We just got a big delivery yesterday, so we welcome you all to come in and check us out.
That sounds great. Yep. And as always, it's a beautiful space and a great place to just go and browse around. And even if you don't have a particular book in mind, it's a great place to just go and hang out.
It is. On a cold winter afternoon, it's a good place to just sit down. And the back room is filled with lots of old classics. It's fun to just sit sometimes and pull a few old favorites out and read a chapter or two and remember some good old reads. So we
And the
welcome.
staff is wonderful, very warm and very knowledgeable. So if you have any questions, the staff is always there to answer questions.
Yes, we're glad to help you. Anything you need. And we do have interlibrary loan through the state. So if there's something that we don't have, we can get it through the state. It takes a week or so to come, but it's a good delivery system and we're glad to help you that way.
Well, it's great. So good to look forward to these things. And the Winter Author Series is coming right up next week.
It is. It
with
starts
the
next week.
I Am of Cape Cod. So that
Right.
sounds like a fun one.
Yes, I think so. And thank you for having us today. And we also would like to thank everybody that supported us in our annual appeal, which is just winding down. Our library is self-sufficient. We support ourselves. Our annual appeal is very important. And we do appreciate the fact that people are supportive of the two small libraries in Harwich. It's very heartening to know that people still appreciate an old-time library, which, you know, we really present. And thank you very much to all the people of Harwich, Dennis, all our patrons that support us.
Yes, you do represent a lot of different people around the Cape.
Yes.
And it's wonderful that you have it there. And they are, both those little libraries are real treasures. And I'm sure people appreciate that, as shown by their generosity.
Yes.
At giving time. So that's great.
Yes.
So thank you,
Thank you very
Claire,
much.
so much for coming again. And I'll hope to see you again soon.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Very active library, that's for sure. They
Yes,
do a
it
great
is.
job over there.
For a
And,
small little library
they-
tucked away, they
yeah.
do a lot of good things.
Yeah, thank you, Dinah and Claire.
Yes.
Very good. You have something there, Eileen?
I do.
Okay.
I have something for each of the next 3 months.
Very good.
Yes, the Harwich Women's Club is sponsoring a game day on Monday, January 29th from 12 noon to 4 p.m. right here at the Harwich Community Center. A light buffet lunch will be served, and proceeds of the event will support scholarships and local charities. Everybody's welcome. Just put your tables of 4 together, bring the game of your choice, and join them. The cost is $15 per person, and that's pretty nice for a whole afternoon of playing a game of your choice and having a light lunch. And also supporting scholarships and local charities while you're at it. Send the names of the individuals in your group, a phone contact, the game you are playing, and a check made out to the Harwich Women's Club for your entire group to Mary Beth Bryant, B-R-Y-A-N-T, 98 Forest Street, Harwich, 02645, or you can call her because time is getting a little short, and her number is 508-432-9037 if you have any questions.
Very good. Thank you very much. That's a good one.
You're welcome.
Yeah. We mentioned this one last week, and I think this is worth mentioning again. This
Yes, definitely.
Mothers and Infants Recovery Network, Inc. This is helping mothers take the next step. This is a support group for women struggling with the emotional difficulties associated with addiction and recovery during the pregnant and postpartum phases of life. You know, this is not talked about often, and usually there's not a lot of help for folks out there in need of help. And here is an opportunity for mothers helping mothers. And this is going to take place Wednesdays in Harwich from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at St. Peter's Lutheran Church, and that's at 310 Route 137, near exit 11 over in East Harwich. And you know, here is an opportunity, again, for the mothers that need that type of help. This is a place you can go. For more information, you can call 508-274-1391. That's 508-274-1391. And you can go to the website info@mairni.org. Let me repeat that. That's info@mairni.org. And so that's very, very important.
Yes, with the opioid crisis that we're having in this country, it's wonderful to see that so many facets of it are being addressed.
Yeah, and this is something that has not been available, and now it is. So that's
very, very important.
That's really important. It really is. This is something I think is terrific, this next one. This is Peter Trull is a naturalist, an author, and a Lighthouse Charter School science teacher. Saturday, January 27th at 2 p.m., Sharing Nature with Kids. Close the laptop and put the iPhone away.
Hey, I'm all for that.
Let's go outside and observe. Collect and discover the world around us. Students use phones to record nature, but touching, hearing, smelling, and even tasting create a more lasting impression. How true that is.
Yeah.
Peter Trull has been introducing young people to nature study, bird study, field research, and just plain outside fun for decades. Kids thinking outside without the box. Peter's students have grown to become writers, biologists, filmmakers, and teachers.
Wow.
Join Peter to celebrate young naturalists in a colorful and fun presentation of what students can accomplish discovering the wildness in the fields, woods, and wetlands around the Cape. This is again taking place Saturday, January 27th at 2 p.m. Suggested donation is $5 per person.
Wow.
So that sounds like a great
A lot of
program.
fun for $5.
Yeah, it sure is. That sounds like a great idea. Very good. We now have a chance to take a look at the COA update with Dinah and Judy Wilson. So let's take a look at that now.
Hello, I'm here with Judy Wilson of the Council on Aging, and we're here for our, is it monthly update? Yeah.
I believe it is monthly.
Yeah. So what's going on at the Council on Aging these days?
Well, we have a new newsletter out. Our January, February newsletter came out, and although this is a quieter time of year for us, we do still have a couple of very important programs I was hoping to have a chance to talk about. I wanted to talk a little bit about the fact that our newsletter does have something new. We have a new large print issue of the newsletter, and that's available. We've been bringing it into our sight loss support group, but it's also available for people who are visually impaired at home. If they want to call and get asked to be put on our mailing list, we can actually mail that to them so that they don't have to come in and pick it up. So that's new.
That's great.
yeah.
That looks good to me.
Yeah, it is. It's very nice and it's important.
Very readable.
Right. One of the big things that's happening for us at the Council on Aging this month is that this is the beginning of tax season for us. We collaborate with the AARP tax aid program, and this is a national program, and we work very closely with all the volunteers involved in the program. The tax appointments for Harwich residents actually happen at the community center, but there are a block of tax appointments that are reserved for Harwich residents, not just seniors, but really anybody who's low income can take advantage of the program, and you can have your taxes done for free. We schedule all those appointments here, so this is a busy time of year. The appointment times are on Mondays and Wednesdays. We have some appointment times that we make available for people who need transportation. We do transportation for seniors on the Cranberry Coach for some appointment times. And all of the reservations for those tax appointments for Harwich residents come through the Council on Aging by calling 508-430-7550. And we're already starting to book up. So the appointments really start in February, and they go right through the end of tax season in the middle of April. But our first week, I think, at least, is already completely booked. So this is a very busy time of year for us with that.
What a great service.
It's really good, and it's nice to have different organizations really work together for something like this, so it doesn't really all fall on us. But the AARP
Yeah.
volunteers are fantastic.
That's terrific, yeah.
Yeah, very
You
good.
have lots of help, and people will need
Right.
a lot of support
And they
on
get
that.
special training
Yep.
too. So the IRS works closely with this program. So
Yes, yes.
these
That's
people
great.
have specialized training.
Good.
So we also have some special programs coming up that I was hoping to talk about. In February, we have a special Valentine's Luncheon, which is being sponsored by our Friends organization. It's actually on February 14th. It's being held at the Cove at Cape Cod Technical School. The cost is $15, and there is transportation available, and people sign up at the Council on Aging. And I just want to let people know that scholarships are available for people who that might be a little bit much for, because we're not having our regular lunch program that day, and people just need to discreetly see me if that's something that they're interested in, and just really can't afford it. But we have another Valentine's program. We also have a special cooking class. It's going to be cooking a romantic dinner, and we started our cooking classes in the fall, and they've been very well received. And we have some couples that come as a date night, and we have some singles come, but they all share in the meal at the end of the cooking class, and so that I'm looking forward to that. That's a fun program that seems to really have kind of taken root, so that's
So
exciting.
they actually cook a meal
They-
together?
They do. We
in
have
the
a chef
class?
come in. Her name is Kay, and she gets all the ingredients and shops for them. But everybody has a role in preparing whatever food it is they're preparing, and then they all sit down together after the class and enjoy the fruits of their labor.
And how
So
large a group is that, Judy?
it's a pretty small group. I think that it's usually about 10 or 12 people, so you get lots of one-on-one attention, and you don't have to have fancy cooking skills to take advantage of it. And it's really fun. We've actually had a number of men in our last couple of classes who've really enjoyed it. And
How do people sign up for that?
they sign up by either calling or coming into the Council on Aging,
Okay.
and then you can sign up over the phone. You just need to pay for the class in order to stay on the list.
And the next
ahead of
one
time.
is February 14th.
It's actually, the class itself is,
that right?
yeah, well, I don't think it's
Where's that?
actually on the 14th, it's on the 8th,
Oh, it's
February 8th.
before.
Yeah.
Oh, it's to prepare
Right.
for
Yeah,
the
and
14th. Okay.
and so what happens is you can prepare the dinner, and then you can take the recipes with you and
Yes.
replicate it
Right.
when you get home with
I
your
see.
with
Okay.
family or friends.
All right.
So
Sounds great.
yeah. So we have some of our regular programs. We have the movie programs coming up. In January, we're showing Victoria and Abdul's, which stars Judi Dench. And if you're a Crown fan, which I am, it's a great movie. It's kind of more about royalty, but it shows this really unique relationship that the Queen had. And then in February, our movie will be The Zookeeper's Wife, which is a really compelling story. Also about the Warsaw Zoo.
Aha.
Yeah, during World War II. So
that's great.
very good. And then another program that we have coming up is the Death Cafe. And I know that every time I say that, I know you and I were talking a little bit before we started the program this morning, that there is a real reaction to that word, that it sounds morbid. And your first reaction is, why are they doing that? Why that's terrible to be focusing on that. But everybody dies. It's one of the things that we all share. It's part of our future. And so one of the things that the Death Cafe does, it follows a cafe model. This is an international movement. The program will be facilitated by Kevin Grunwald, our social service coordinator, who's a social worker. And it doesn't really have a lot of preconceived notions, but it's talking about death. And the hope is that people will come away really with an appreciation for how they want to live their life, because death is inevitable. So it's to get questions answered and to talk about things sometimes it's easier to talk with strangers than it is to talk with loved ones about some things. But it's not just about dying, it's also about living. So it's
Yes.
a program that Councils on Aging are really trying to attack some of these taboo subjects related to aging that people have often talked to us about behind closed doors, and we're just trying to open the doors to the conversations.
Yes, rather than being avoidant about something which is
Right.
inevitable,
Yep.
it makes sense to get together perhaps
Right.
and talk about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it actually, there's a lot of laughter in these programs. It's not just a
Right.
sad conversation. And we have people that have come to more than one of them. So, we encourage you, if you want to see what it's all about, come check that program out.
What is
That
the date of that?
It's February 15th.
Fe-
And you have to
15th,
sign
okay.
up at the Council on Aging. You can sign up by just calling us, and we'll get you on the list.
Okay.
And then we have a couple of other things. Our fuel assistance applications, we are really asking people not to wait till the very last moment. If fuel assistance is something that you need, we're still doing applications. Call the outreach department and we can help with that. And then this week we're also getting started on another exciting project that we do collaboratively with the youth counselor. We're doing the Girl Power program. Which is an intergenerational program between girls from the Harwich Elementary School and some female senior mentors. And it's really about empowerment and building self-esteem and kind of connecting generations. And I'm excited. This is my first go around with this program since I started working here for the town. So I'm excited about it, and we have a lot of new senior mentors. So we're looking forward to getting this started this week.
So people are already signed up for that?
We have senior mentors, but we're always looking. There's more than one session a year. So if it sounds like something you might be interested in, we keep a list of mentors for the next time around, and we also keep a list of girls for the next time around. So there is another session planned for later in the spring.
I see. Okay. And this session goes from when to when?
This session starts this Thursday, January 18th, and it's for 5 consecutive Thursdays.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So it's in the afternoon.
It's after school.
Right. The Council on Aging bus picks up the girls at the elementary school and brings them here. There is a physical activity that they share together. There's a journal activity. There's kind of a lesson for each week, and we have a nutritionist come in and talk about healthy eating, and we'll be learning more about pickleball, things like that. So it's fun. It's not all education. It's really a well-balanced program, and I'm excited about it. I really am.
Yeah. Sounds good
Yeah.
for all participants.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Good. And are there any seasonal messages that you have for seniors in particular?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we really want to let people know is that we want to remind people what our weather policy is. If the Monomoy Public Schools are closed, then all of our activities are canceled. We will remain open, but we cancel programs really for the safety of our participants. If Town Hall is closed, then we are closed.
The center is closed.
Right.
The whole center is
There are
closed.
times that the schools might be open, but we will still cancel our transportation program. Our Cranberry coach is on the road when school is closed, particularly evenings, and sometimes if weather changes and school is out, we can't just rely on the school policy. But what we'll do in those circumstances is we'll call people who have rides and let them know that we're canceling their rides. So we'll never just cancel a ride without letting people know. But this is also a timely time really to let people know that it's important to have a snow removal plan. We've been getting a lot of call from seniors who are looking for help with their snow removal. And regrettably, our list has really dwindled of people that are available to help with that. And we're really working on trying to get some new names on our list of different people in the trades who are willing to do snow removal for people. But so we're just reminding people that the Council on Aging doesn't provide shoveling services, and so you really need to, if you're living at home in the community, make sure that you have a plan for how to remove snow from your property.
That's a good warning, as we had a little snow today.
A little bit, yeah.
And there may be more.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay, and anything else you'd like to tell
I-
people about?
I would like to just talk about one more program that we do on a regular basis, and we've talked a lot about it in the COA board recently and developed a formal policy. One of the things that we do that some people really know about, but a lot of people don't know anything about, is that we have a durable medical equipment loan program. And what that is that we have this supply closet full of canes and crutches and wheelchairs, walkers, commodes, shower stools, things like that.
Wow.
And it's really for use by Harwich residents. These are free loans that are provided. We get the equipment through the generosity of donations from the community, but also our Friends group supports the equipment quite generously. And it's intended to be a temporary loan, but we have a lot of people who have joint replacement surgery or, temporary medical issues, and they don't necessarily want to purchase it for long term, but they might need some equipment temporarily, whether they're coming home from rehab after a surgery or some kind of medical condition. And so we just want to remind people that we're here and we provide this service free of charge for Harwich residents. We, on occasion, will provide the service for non-residents, but it's really intended to be temporary, and we do require a deposit be left for the equipment for non-residents, and we only do that if we have a surplus of equipment.
Well, that's a really good service, and I know times when I have had some issue where I needed some extra equipment, I was just issued it at the place and then charged for it afterwards.
Right.
And so I don't know if they still do that in a lot of medical facilities, but it sounds like it would be good if people know that they're facing surgery to check in with you ahead of time to talk about what they might need and
Right.
how they might get it from you.
I think
Does that make sense, or-
yes, I think that physicians, especially for some of the planned surgeries, are getting better about letting people know what they're going to need ahead of time, especially around the joint replacement surgeries.
Yes. Something
So-
unexpected, though,
Exactly.
if you break a foot or something like that.
You might just leave the hospital with what you need.
Yes, exactly.
But the issue really is that insurance does not pay for all of
Right.
the equipment.
Right.
And we do have a lot of these things available here.
Okay,
So
okay.
we often, I will tell you, sometimes seasonally, we'll have people come and they'll want to borrow a wheelchair so that they can take aging parents out and about. And so we will temporarily loan things like that too.
That's great.
So it can
Yeah.
be a longer term loan or a short term loan, but I'd also just like to remind anybody who's listening that we also rely on the generous donations from the community for this program, so that if people have unused equipment from prior surgeries or medical problems that they'd like to donate and the equipment is clean and in good working order, we certainly love donations of gently used
Great.
equipment.
And it will go into the supply
It
closet.
goes right into the closet and back out to the community.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. So does that about wrap it up for today?
That about wraps it up for us today.
Well, thanks so much. You have, as usual, lots going on, and we'll look forward to all of it. Thanks to Judy for coming in.
Thank you.
And we certainly are brought up to date, which is really great.
Yes, so
there's,
much going on over
There
there
is
at
so
the
much going
COA.
on. It's fantastic. And Eileen, you've got some important announcements there.
I do. Yes, this is the February one.
Oh,
I already
boy.
did the January one. So now
Okay.
we're going to work on February and March.
I can't believe you're saying that, but
I
you are.
know. Yes, I am. The annual meeting for Monomoy Dollars for Scholars, a chapter of Scholarship America Dollars for Scholars, is scheduled for Tuesday, February 6th at 7 p.m. in the Chatham Community Center. The following Tuesday, February 13th, same time, same place, is set just in case a snow date is needed, and I hate to say that, but it's possible in February.
I guess it is.
Yes, it is. This meeting is open to those who would like to help raise funds for the Scholarship Fund. And I just want to tell you a little bit about the Scholarship Fund. Donations to the Monomoy Dollars for Scholars, which is open to any student resident in Harwich or Chatham and supports education at both the Monomoy Regional High School and Cape Cod Tech High, among others, can be sent to, and now get your pen and paper if you'd like to make a donation, P.O. Box 244, North Chatham, Mass. 02650. Or you can go online and give a donation on their website. And it's just as it sounds, no spaces and no capital letters. MonomoyDollarsForScholars.com. MonomoyDollarsForScholars.com. Click on the Chatham link and open the website. Donations are done on the donor page. If you can, please indicate whether you would like your donation to be available to graduating seniors, continuing education, or for whatever area the chapter deems necessary. All donations are applied to scholarships, and they thank you very much for your support.
Very good.
Yes.
That's really a nice scholarship.
Yes, it
and
is.
a great
It's
program.
wonderful that they do that.
Yeah, it really is. Now, let's see. Oh, March 10th, that's a familiar day.
Yes, it is. It's a very important day in our house, isn't it, Jack?
Yes, it is.
It's his birthday. Anyway, Saturday, March 10th at 7:30 p.m., the Harwich Cultural Center is presenting an early St. Patrick's Day with Runa, Irish music award-winning Celtic roots band.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That would be good.
Yes, yeah, they look like a very exciting looking band
Yeah,
there.
they do.
The tickets are general admission $20 until March 1st, and then it goes up to $25. And if you would like a reserved seat, $35 now until March 1st, and then it'll be $40. I'm not going to give you the online website because it's just a lot of words. What I will do is give you the phone number you can call, 1-800-838-3006. Once again, 1-800-838-3006. And this is presented by the Harwich Cranberry Arts and Music Festival. And also, just to give you something else for that date, the St. Patrick's Day Parade on Cape Cod is going to be held on Saturday, March 10th at 11 a.m.
Very good.
Yes,
Yeah.
maybe we'll make it this year.
Yeah, maybe. We've been saying we're going to.
I know. Every year something comes up, but anyway.
That's true. We'll try.
Yes.
I don't know too many people that aren't involved on Facebook. And Facebook.
Well, I'm one of them that
well,
aren't involved.
Well,
but
you know, you get on there and you can get lost so quickly,
Yes,
and
you can.
it becomes very, very convoluted if you don't know what you're doing. And
that's why I haven't started it.
well, here is a great opportunity to get the entanglement a little untangled. This is a tech talk, one of the Brooks Free Library tech talks, which are really great. This one, Emily Carter is going to do a tech talk on Facebook, about Facebook, on January 27th at 9 a.m. Join us for a casual chat about Facebook and the basics of getting started with it. Registration is required for this tech talk. You can contact the library to sign up. You can reserve by phone, which the number there is 508-430-7562. That's 508-430-7562. Or you can go on their website and take a look, and you can sign up on the website. Again, Emily Carter is hosting a talk on Facebook, and I'll tell you, she'll untangle the entanglement that can happen when you get on there, because you can really waste a lot of time if you don't know what you're doing.
That's what I
And
hear.
this is a great opportunity. So one of the series of the Tech Talks at Brooks Free Library, January 27th, 9 a.m.
Very good.
So, folks, that is our show for this week. We want to thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate it on behalf of all of us here at Channel 18. Thank you so much.
And please take advantage of everything going on in a very busy little town.
You got that right, Eileen. Thanks a lot, everybody. Bye-bye for
Bye-bye.
now.